Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It is me, Jose Carlos, and it is a real pleasure to be back here with all of you once again. And so for today's video, we are going to be taking a look at some of my recent acquisitions from Sunset Valley Orchids. I recently did a little bit of damage. I've been collecting a few of my favorite orchid species and hybrids over the past 6 months at the nursery. And of course, at the end of the 6 months, I thought I had a nice enough load and I decided to go ahead and bring them home with me. So today I'm going to be showing you a lot of those new acquisitions that I obtained, and I'm extremely excited because many of these Cattleyas are part of Sunset Valley Orchid's recent 2020 release, which happened in February. Now, some of them will be part of the second release, so it will be kind of a little bit of a tease, but many of these you will be able to find online. So I am going to start off by showing you my favorite orchids that I recently acquired, the ones that I have really high hopes for, and the ones that really have me going crazy. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, before I do start the video, I do want to mention that I really hope that all of you guys are staying safe out there, especially with everything that's going on. I know that it's a bit eerie. There's a lot of, I don't even know how to describe it. I've tried to do this multiple times and I can't even put it into words. But with everything that's going on with the COVID-19 virus, I'm just hoping that all of you guys are staying safe out there. First and foremost, I hope that we are making the best out of this, and I hope that a lot of your orchids are keeping you guys uplifted, and I hope that being with your loved ones and just making the best out of this really bad situation will get you guys through this. So I ultimately just want to wish the best for you guys, and I hope that you guys are all safe out there. I know that here in California, we're under a stay-at-home order, so we're not allowed to go out unless it's for essential things, but my orchids are lifting up my spirits. I just really hope that all of you guys are staying safe out there. I can't stress that enough. But anyway, enough of all of that sad, negative news. Stay safe out there, and let's go ahead and jump right into this orchid haul, which I am extremely excited to present to all of you. So I'm going to start off with perhaps one of my favorite acquisitions, and this first acquisition is actually a hybrid, and it's just a hybrid of a namesake of a woman who I really admire because she is so strong, and that is actually Fred Clark's mother, Louise Clark. She took my breath away, literally in that split second. She took my breath away. But yeah, this is a hybrid of her namesake. So it's actually Potenara Louise Clark by Potenara Loud 9, and it has an extremely nice and large flower. Here is the flower right there, and I'll try to get a better picture of this. I know that kind of my LED light might affect the actual color of the flower, but this is actually a really nice fuchsia color. I will put in an actual representative picture in a segment here in just a second, I'm sure. But this is really nice. This is in a 3-inch pot. It is only 3 years old and it's already blooming, and it's quite incredible. It has such a large flower. Now this will stay a little bit compact. I assume it's probably going to get to be about 15 inches or so at most. It is going to be a compact Cattleya, but that flower is going to gain a few centimeters or maybe inches in its size as it continues to get older. And ultimately it'll also have more flowers as it continues to get older, but this is just kind of the first bloom essentially. So this is the first bloom, and it's quite mind-boggling to see how big it is. I mean, even just putting it up to the camera is as big as my head, but in reality it's probably about there it is in comparison to my hand. So it is quite big, and it's really exciting. I actually picked up on a few of these seedlings because as you guys know, SVO, we don't do any sort of cloning. We do seedlings, so everything's going to be unique and different. And ultimately I picked up on a few of these because I have really high hopes for this cross, and there's a few other large flowered Cattleyas like this that are going to be compact too, that are going to be in even deeper colors, and I stocked up on a few of those too. So this is definitely one of my favorites. This is just one of the seedlings. Hopefully I have another one laying around here just so I can kind of show you. Oh, here it is. So I'm gonna set that down really carefully so I don't damage the flower, because that would be really devastating. So here is another seedling of that same hybrid. It is Potinara Louise Clark by Potinara Loud 9. And this is really cool because you can see the pigmentation in the leaf right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. So that's really exciting. So that gives me a sign that it's probably going to have really nice pigmentation when it flowers. And also the bulb itself is also very healthy too. You'll notice that it's very plump, and I'll probably try to take this little sheath away, this little protective sheath, and you'll see how plump that is. That makes me so happy. Like, seeing plump pseudo bulbs like that just put a smile on my face, and it is extremely exciting. So like I said, I'm so excited because of the pigmentation on the leaf, the plump green pseudo bulb, and it is so healthy growing in this like little tiny 3-inch pot. And I know that it might not flower this season, but it shouldn't be too far behind from its sibling. So this is its sibling right here. It can be its sister, brother, you know, whatever. But they're related. So I have really high hopes for this cross, and I can't wait to see the rest of the seedlings that I got flower, because I am so excited. And like I said, you know, Potinara Louise Clark, she that's the namesake of a really wonderful woman that I really admire, and the beauty in the flower matches her, so I can't really say anything else about that. So I'm very excited for that cross. Now up next, something that I'm very excited for too is an Epicattleya hybrid, and it is actually an Epicattleya Kaiguchi cross, and it's hybridized with LC Florence Lynn. So I'm gonna show you this one here, and this is actually LC Florence Lynn by Epicat Kaiguchi. So LC Florence Lynn is the pod parent or the mom, and then Epicattleya Kaiguchi is the father. Now, with the LED lights, it kind of makes it look a little bit more fuchsia and a lot like an electric pink, but in reality, this is a really deep purple. So I am in love with this because not only is it a deep purple, but also the texture itself is so waxy, and that waxy texture is a sign to me that this flower is going to last a very long time, because typically orchids that have a heavier substance, like a waxier substance, they typically last longer in flower than those that are softer in their orchid substance. So this is very nice and waxy and matte. So I'm very excited for this. And I did pick up on a few of these because LC Florence Lynn, it's a bit of a tall plant. It stands probably taller than 2 feet, but Epicat Kaiguchi is a very compact plant, and it actually probably stands about a foot and a half, perhaps, maybe with its inflorescence is maybe 2 feet, but it's about a foot and a half to 2 feet. So it's not that high compared to LC Florence Lynn. So this is ultimately, hopefully, going to be a lot shorter in size, just like the parent Epicat Kaiguchi. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to, is that similar height to Epicat Kaiguchi. But who knows, it might be really tall. I guess we'll just have to observe this as it grows. Now, this is extremely exciting because it has a very high flower count due to the parent Epicat Kaiguchi. And here's actually a sibling, and I can't really decide on which one I like more because this is really heavily pigmented. Like I said, it's a really deep purple. It's so rich. And here is this one, which is more of an electric pink. This really has me dazed, and it reminds me of Daphne of Scooby-Doo. I don't know why I had a crush on Daphne from Scooby-Doo since I was a little kid. So a lot of my orchids that are like purple, they just remind me of Daphne. But this is like perfect Daphne color, like right there. And so this is a sibling of this one right here. You will notice that the pseudo bulb on this one is a little bit bigger than its sibling. It does have slightly higher flower count too. And in terms of their flower size, they're about the same size, but the one that I'm holding here on my right hand is actually a little bit larger by a few centimeters compared to this one here. But this one has a much richer color, so it's like richer color or bigger flower size with a bigger flower count. It's, you know, I just love them both, so I'm really excited for these. I also picked up on a few of these too. Their plump pseudobulbs are something to really admire, even when they're not in flower and you just have them in your collection. As they continue to grow, they just get more plump, and I just love looking at those really beefy pseudo bulbs. Like, they drive me nuts even when it's not flowering. And this little guy here, I know that it's a little bit smaller, but it will get to be probably just as big as this one here as it continues to grow. And ultimately, it's a really good hybrid. You can kind of see the diversity that you can get in this cross. Now, I did pick out these two pink ones, but a few of them have been flowering kind of like a red bronze color, so that's really nice as well. And this is the SVO 7340 LC Florence Lynn by Epicat Kai Gucci. So there's a tag right there. Hopefully my camera focuses on that. And once again, that's SVO 7340. But I'm really excited for that one because I love Epicats and it has such a high flower count. It's like, what is there to not love about that cross? Now moving along to something that's not in flower, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this Stanhopea. Hopefully I can pronounce this right, because sometimes I butcher orchid names, and I know I'm probably not the only one, but it still bugs me. So this is Stanhopea genus Kiana by Acineta densa, and that's hybridized onto Stanhopea tigrina, variety Negro Violacea, the predator, which is a really large flower, and both are extremely fragrant. So I can't wait to see what this baby here will look like. Now right now it's potted up in a 3-inch pot, but I'm probably gonna move it into a basket as it gets older, just because they do flower from the bottom. So if you put it in a basket, you will basically have the inflorescence come out of the bottom and it'll give you a really nice fragrant show. Now I'm gonna show you guys a tag. This is SVO 7570. The first name is actually the mom, and then the second name is actually the father. So that's just one thing to know. If you kind of see like any tags like this, the top name is the mom, the bottom name is the father. So this is somewhat of a really nice combination, actually. I've taken a look at the flowerings of both plants and they really are astonishing. So I'm expecting to have a higher flower count, but due to the predator, which is Stanhopea Negro Violacea, that one is going to increase the flower size, but hopefully it'll also have a much higher flower count, because typically the predator doesn't have a very high flower count compared to Acinetas or anything like that. But this is another one that I'm really excited for, and like I said, I'll probably be putting this guy in a basket or something like that, just because they look so cool in baskets. Alright, and now to move on to the next plant that I want to show you guys. This next plant is actually going to be a species, and it's one of my favorite species of all time. So I really love bifoliate species, especially those that are spotted. So if you hand me anything with Cattleya eclandii, in terms of hybrids, or Cattleya schilleriana, I just go crazy. So those two species really drive me crazy, and I am really excited to show you guys this Cattleya schilleriana variety Cerulean. And so here is the tiny little orchid baby. It has these beautiful leaves. It's not as big as the hybrids because it is a species. They do take a little bit longer to grow compared to the very robust hybrids that have, so much vigor in them, essentially. So this is the Cattleya schilleriana V. Cerulean. It has very nice rounded leaves, and I'm extremely excited because I love Cattleya schilleriana. It is extremely fragrant. It has very nice heavy spots, and the lip is striated with this beautiful purple color. But this one here, this is a Cerulean, so this is going to be a very nice lavender color. And of course I went crazy. I got quite a few of these. I don't want to hold up a lot and drop them, but I have about like 15 of these in my collection right now, and I am excited to see them flower. Now these ones here, they are 3 years old. I assume they're probably going to be about a year and a half to 2 years from being blooming size. And I say a year and a half because I did buy a Cattleya schilleriana, the regular variety, from Sunset Valley Orchid's 2018 listing, and that one flowered pretty quickly for me, and it actually flowered in a 3-inch pot. So fingers crossed these are the same way, but otherwise they'll probably take a little bit longer to flower compared to the hybrids and all the other stuff I got. but I don't mind because this is my favorite species, and to have the Cerulean variety is extremely special. I even got a Cerulean from Orchidario Paulista too during last year's, or actually it was 2017's Redland International Orchid Festival, and that's getting pretty big now. So now I have these new Ceruleas from SVO, and I am so excited to add them to my collection. I can't stop the smile on my face from getting any wider because this is gonna be so good. And I'll be sure to put a picture up on the screen too if I haven't already. But yeah, so you guys will see why I love this cross so much. And like I said, it is very fragrant. The flowers are large. They typically hold about 4 to 5 flowers per stem, and they're fragrant, and they're also very compact too. Now, this Cattleya schilleriana won't be as compact as Cattleya eclandii, which is the dwarf Cattleya, but these will still be pretty small. So I'm very excited for these, and yeah, I really love them. So now for my next plant, I do want to share with you a few flared orchid hybrids that I have recently obtained. And if you guys don't know already, I love anything with flares. I love the mini Cattleyas with the flares, such as Candy Sparks, SLC Candy Sparks. But I also like a lot of the really tall bifoliates with flares. And this is one of them. This is LC Firegem, which is a hybrid of LC Trick or Treat Orange Magic, AMAOS, by LC Aussie Sunset Cosmic Fire, AMAOS. So this has very good parents. They have both been awarded with awards of merit by the American Orchid Society, if I can pronounce that correctly, by the American Orchid Society. So this is LC Firegem, and here she is. I really love those tiny yellow flares that you will see in the center of the petals. And I will take a better picture of this so you can get a better idea of what the flower looks like, just because my LED light tends to kind of make the colors look a little bit weird. But this is really cool because this is flared. It has really nice deep red dimples at the tips of the petals, but then more towards the center of the flower you have these nice little yellow flares, and that is extremely exciting for me. So I'll just kind of keep it in one place because I noticed that my brightness was kind of getting a bit odd there. But there you are. Now here is the Pseudo Bulb. It is pretty tall. Once again, this plant's about 3 years old. It's still quite small and it's already flowering. And I love this cross because not only does it have a cool name, LC Firegem, but my coworker actually flowered one of these. And these flower during this time of the year, but they also flower around Valentine's Day for the early ones. And so he actually has one that looks very similar in color to this. However, he actually has like these yellow flares at the center of the petals that look like hearts. And it's so cool because they always bloom, or that particular one always blooms during Valentine's Day. So it's like the perfect Valentine's Day orchid. And I'm excited that I got this one that is flared because while many of them will be flared, some of them aren't. Some of them are just more of a solid color. But this one here, I actually set aside on my tray about 4 months ago, and it is finally flowering now. And look at that, it has flares, and I'm so excited. And it's like winning the orchid lottery, really. So I did pick up on a few of these, so we'll have to kind of see how they flower, and we'll compare to this one here in the future as they flower. So there is LC Firegem. Now for the next cross that I have, I hope you guys are ready for some really killer yellows, because this is Potenara Rosella's Love, and it is a hybrid of Laelia Cattleya Love Sound by Potenara Aussie Sunset. And it looks like both parents have been awarded with Award of Merit, so they have really good genetics. So I'm really excited to show you guys these seedlings. This is another one that has some light flares. This one is more of a yellow color, but it does have some deeper yellow flares in the petal as well. And I will be taking a photograph of this just because I know that my LED light is messing with like the white balance of my camera. But there is that there, and it has a gorgeous pink lip as well. And this one has 3 flowers. As they continue to age, they will get more flowers too. And you will notice that it has an upright inflorescence, which is always good, because that's what you want. You want a nice display of flowers and an upright inflorescence. So I'm extremely excited for this one. As it continues to age, the flowers will get bigger in size. And I love the color. It's really nice, especially with those yellow flares. So I hope you guys can kind of capture that on camera. But I'll be sure to take some pictures for you guys, so you guys can see the real color, I guess you could say, in natural sunlight. So that's one. Oh, you will also notice that it's going crazy with like the roots. I don't know how I missed that. This is like perfect orchid root porn. I know that some of you guys use that hashtag on like Instagram and so on, so it's kind of funny, but I guess there's some really nice root porn. There you go. So yeah, so there's that one. And I also have another seedling that is actually in bud. Will this one be flared? Will it be more of a solid color? We will just have to find out and see. And here is that little guy. You will notice that the Pseudo Bulb is a little bit more plump. It's not as tall as the other one, but it does look like it's a little bit more plump. But it only has 2 flowers. So we'll have to see what this one looks like. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm sure I'll be posting pictures of these guys just to compare what they look like. But this one should be open in a few days. Wow, well, this video is actually taking a lot longer than I anticipated, so I don't know if I'm going to be making 2 parts, maybe 3 parts, I don't know. If you guys are interested in this kind of video, I'm sure I'll do 3 parts. But I guess for the last orchid that I want to go ahead and share with you guys for this particular video is one that is not in flower, but it is one that is in sheath. And it is also a Cattleya hybrid that has been around for quite some time. This particular remake is going to be very good because I've seen the parents flower and they just captivate me severely. So I can just imagine what the progeny is going to look like. But this hybrid is going to be giving us some very nice electric oranges and some very nice vibrant, just rich oranges. And that hybrid is called Laelia Zip. And I think the name fits the cross so much because when I look at that plant flower, Zip just fits it. So Laelia Zip is actually a hybrid of Laelia tenebrosa by Laelia milleri. And it looks like both of the parents on this cross have been awarded. So once again, very good genetics. So we can have very high expectations of the flowerings of the offspring. Now here are the Laelia Zips. So they do resemble the Laelia milleri in their growing habit, just because they're growing like straight up. However, they do resemble the Laelia tenebrosa in their chunkiness, and also they do resemble Laelia milleri in their leaf structure too. You'll notice that it's a lot skinnier. Now this one here is in sheath, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it through the camera, but there is actually a little tiny inflorescence starting in there. Is it 1 flower? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? I don't know. It's going to be like the orchid lottery. So I'm extremely excited to see what this one's going to look like. And I also have this one, which is in sheath as well. Now the sheath on this one, it developed quite early on and it is now dry. But once again, if I hold it up to the light correctly, you guys should be able to see a little inflorescence. If you guys can't, I am really sorry, but there is a little tiny thing coming out of the crown there. So I'm extremely excited. Both of these orchids are growing very healthy roots, as you guys can see. So that just drives me nuts as well. And here is another seedling that I have of Laelia Zip, and I stocked up crazily on these because this is one of my like all-time favorite hybrids. And so I probably have about 20 of these in my collection right now. I went a little bit overboard on these, but you can never go wrong with electric oranges. And I've always liked orange since I was a little kid. I used to always wear orange sweatshirts all the time in 2nd grade, and yeah, I was addicted to that. So here is that. You can see that this one also has a tiny little inflorescence coming in there with some beautiful electric oranges coming through. So like I said, I can't wait to see all of these flower, and I stocked up on a lot of these because some of these will be electric orange, but some will be very dark. They will just vary. So yeah, here is my little trio of Laelia Zips for now. I have many more in the back, but these are the ones that really got me excited here. And I feel like I've shared a lot with you guys today. I don't want to make this into a video that's like half an hour. But ultimately, I hope you guys enjoyed my Sunset Valley Orchids haul. I know that there is a lot to look at, and feel free to comment down in the comment section if you would like to see a part 2 or a part 3. If you guys do, I will go ahead and make that, and I will just make that happen, I guess. But yeah, I'm extremely excited with all my new acquisitions, and like I said, many of these are available on the SVO website right now. A few of them might be available in the future, but majority of the ones that I showed you today are going to be available online as of like today. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, and also share with all your friends and leave a comment as well. I love to see your guys' comments as well. And like I said in the beginning of this video, please take care out there with the COVID-19 virus and everything that's going on. Hopefully, since you guys grow orchids, your orchids will distract you from all of the negative things that are going on right now. I know that they're certainly distracting me, so I am very thankful for that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys on my next video, and until then, peace.